Time to check in on the state of our Rooibos industry, such an important one in this part of the world. I read today it sustains around 8,000 jobs, and it obviously brings in plenty of revenue, and of course it is unique to us. Rooibos, I love it, drink a lot of it, and increasingly when I travel, I spy it abroad. It is generally a good news story. But trade in these turbulent times and tariffs, what does it all mean? Dawie de Villiers joins me now, Director of the SA Rooibos Council. Dawie, a very good afternoon. How are you doing?
Doing very well, thanks. Good afternoon, Mike, and good afternoon to the listeners.
All the more important is how the Rooibos industry is doing in amongst all this tariff turmoil. How's it hitting you?
Early days, Mike. Hard to know. We know things change quite quickly in these modern times. So, regarding Rooibos and the US in particular, tariffs are sort of an unknown quantity. We're talking about a 30% increase on bulk Rooibos going into the US, but that doesn't necessarily mean a 30% increase on shelf, and that's the one that counts. The consumers obviously would be paying for all the costs going through the distribution chain, and a lot of those are added in the US. So we estimate the on-shelf price in the US to be under 10%, somewhere in that region. So maybe not quite as drastic as a 30% on the bulk that goes over the border.
How big is the US market for you?
US market accounts for roughly, by volume, around about 5% of our exports. And maybe to put that further into context, if you take that the domestic market is roughly the same size as export, that number drops down to around about 2.5% of total exports by volume.
So it's not that significant to you right now, but presumably it did represent an opportunity.
Yes, we really do believe that the US has a lot of opportunity. I mean, just considering the size of the population there, the US we think is a seriously underperforming market. There are challenges in terms of regulation there and what you're allowed to say about the product on your pack. So yeah, for sure, for us, it still remains a big opportunity. If the doors were to shut completely in the US as a result of these tariffs, it's not going to kill us.
Which are your biggest markets overseas?
Mark, if you look at the number one market and a strongly growing market is in the East, in Japan. We really enjoy doing business in Japan because Rooibos is drunk unadulterated in the Japanese market. People drink it for what it is, for its health properties. It's not blended with all sorts of other things, so it has its own identity. Europe is slightly different. You're looking at the European market, where the two big importers there are the Netherlands and Germany. A lot of Rooibos is re-exported from there, and that which is consumed within Europe generally is mixed with other products. Same applies to a lesser extent for the UK. But
I saw it on supermarket shelves in the UK reasonably prominently this time. I didn't notice it. It was a signal fact that there seemed to be more Rooibos available.
Yeah, well, you can travel into odd parts of the world and find it there if you look for it.
And is all of that genuine, Dawie? I mean, is there knockoff Rooibos anywhere, or is anything labelled Rooibos coming from here, from the Western Cape?
Well, firstly, we have the protection, the geographic indicator protection from the European Union. So anyone purporting to be producing Rooibos from another origin is going to be in for trouble, and the Rooibos Council keeps an eye on those things. So far, we haven't seen anything being produced elsewhere, but there will be someone who will stick up their hand and have a go at it and maybe try and pass something else off as Rooibos. But we'll certainly we'll be on them as quickly as we can.
And local consumption, what's that like? How are you doing? Is it growing?
Fairly flat. I think there are challenges here. We obviously know the consumer and the amount of disposable income is limited. Yet it does remain one of the cheapest drinks that you can buy at the supermarket. You add water, you can drink it just like that. If you compare it to black tea, the cost thereof, but still a very competitive and compelling purchase.
Thanks very much, Dawie. Do appreciate it. It's good news that the US tariffs are not as big a threat to the industry as it might be to some others, but the American market, you would feel, was a big growth opportunity, which hopefully won't be killed off by these tariffs.